Mic check. All right, so let's check some stuff out here. We're getting everything set up. Forgive me, this is my first stream, so currently you guys can't see me. I am working on getting that going and making sure the audio is good as well. All right. Hi, Life Force Energy. I see that you're saying hi. Can you hear me? All right, just wanted to check to see if you guys can hear me now. All right, so just wanted to check to see if you guys can hear me. So I think I'm able to be seen, but I'm not sure I'm able to be heard. Speak, yeah, it shows mic. Yes, I can hear you. Awesome. So I'm good. Thank you. So question, come here real quick. How do I keep an eye on chat and go here to the live stream? OBS. OBS? This one? Gotcha. So that'll work on the other page? Awesome. Oh, wait. No, it doesn't. I still can't see it. So how can I pull this up here and see that there? All right, so I was getting some technical advice from my advisor, which is my 16-year-old son. So I appreciated his help there. Glad you guys can all hear me. And we're so excited to see this new Acura Integra. Thank you guys for joining me for my first ever live. There may be some technical glitches, but you know what? It's all right. It's my first time doing this. We're just going to do it anyway. So very excited to get this started. And hello, Life Force Energy. Thank you so much for saying hi in the chat. I really appreciate that. And thank you for joining us. Tasty beverage here. This is some Spindrift. All right. So for anybody that's ever had an Acura Integra, man, thanks, because now this is why Honda / Acura is bringing that back. So for a little bit of history, some people like to know the history of vehicles. Acura as a brand is really only here in North America. It's not really available in any other countries. So this is the Honda Integra in Japan and in other countries. Now the Integra was the second vehicle that ever got Honda's famed VTEC system. Their first vehicle was the Acura NSX, which was their halo car that took on Ferrari. But the Acura Integra is actually the second vehicle that ever got the VTEC system. And what that did was give you a lot of performance at a high revving nature. So Honda became very popular in the early 90s up until very recently with even my K20 engine that's in my 2009 Honda Civic Si. VTEC crossover on mine hits at about 6,000 RPM. And when that happens, I'm able to rev all the way out to 8,200 at a much higher peak horsepower because it's a different profile on the vehicle. So kind of cool. And I'm hoping that this new Integra is going to have something for us. My initial guess is that it is still going to be a variation of what's in the current Civic Si, which is a 1.5 liter turbo. Currently in the Si making 200 horsepower, if I had to venture a guess. In this one, I believe it should be cranked up 10 to 20 more horsepower, so maybe 210, 220. I actually have some hands-on experience with this particular engine as my wife and I owned a 10th gen Honda Civic hatchback with that 1.5 turbo. And if you get something called a Honda, which will change your ECU, it will reflash it and it'll allow more boost, and it changes a couple other things as well. So it'll actually give you a little bit more horsepower. So in case if this does have that 1.5 turbo, I would know one of the first things that I would recommend that you guys do for a aftermarket part. Although I don't know if we're going to get to find out engine choices tonight or power numbers tonight. I doubt that it's going to be a naturally aspirated engine. I would love to be surprised and be proven wrong. This would be a fantastic thing to be proven wrong on, is if this actually turns into a naturally aspirated either 2 liter or 2.4 liter, like the one that's in my current Honda Civic Si. That would be fantastic. I do believe that they're going to make a Type S model, which is going to be a faster, more powerful version. It should have all-wheel drive. It might even be electrified, meaning there might be a hybrid. And I believe it should be the variation of the 2 liter that is in the Type R with the Civic. So it should make a little bit over 300 horsepower. So very excited to see this new vehicle. Really love the Acura Integra line. And I know a lot of you guys watching right now, you guys have been big fans of the Integra. And it hasn't been here in the States in over 20 years under the Integra nameplate. The RSX that we got here in the States in Japan was still called the Integra. So technically, we did get a variation of the Integra, but it was called the RSX here. So the actual Integra nameplate, though, has not been here for 20 years. So very excited to see what this is going to turn out to be. And it should be starting here pretty soon. So we got about 20 minutes more to go. And if you guys have any questions, go ahead and leave your comments down below. I'll be glad to go and help you guys answer them. As far as the live streams are going to go, in the future, this is what I like to do with them. I'm going to start planning them out in advance. And of course, we're going to cover vehicles like the Integra and any kind of new vehicles that get launched. But on top of that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to set things up to be wherever you guys are in the States. I'm going to set up a profile where you guys can ask questions, and I will help you guys find vehicles based on reliability, fuel economy, and not just what the EPA says, but what you actually get for fuel economy. I'm also going to have things checked out as far as safety ratings, if the recall history has been taken care of. Now, those are all used cars. Brand new cars, I'm going to give my best educated guess. I won't have hard facts to go on, but it's a used car. If you guys give me a budget, I'll help you guys find those. So look forward to those live streams going forward. That's something I'm really excited to be able to do. And there's going to be a couple other things next spring that I'm going to add to the channel as well. But this is really exciting. So glad to be here with you guys and excited to see what this new Integra is going to bring. All right, let's see what we got. Hi, Helena, how are you? Thank you, Helena, for joining us. Hello, hello. How are you doing tonight? All right, so we have Helena on board. We have Life Force Energy on board. Anybody else that's joined into the chat, please go ahead and stop in and say hi. I am good. Thank you so much for asking. If you have any questions on any of the vehicles that are coming up tonight with the Integra, go ahead and let me know. I was letting our fans know that the Integra was the second vehicle that ever had the Honda VTEC system. So I know you like some of the history with vehicles. That is something that this vehicle was the second vehicle ever with Honda's VTEC system. So pretty exciting stuff. And this vehicle has not been here in the States since 2001. So it's been 20 years. So excited to see what this vehicle brings tonight. All right. Excited. So that right there was the little preview video. So that is really cool. Are you guys able to hear that when it goes? So when I press play on like that little preview video, I know you can hear me, but can you hear that? Hey, my buddy Graham. Hey, how are you doing, Graham? This gentleman that just jumped on the line actually owned an Integra. So let's go ahead and play that again. We're going to play that for my buddy Graham. I'm sure he wouldn't mind hearing that. Nice. All right, so Graham's on board. So since he used to own an Integra, I'm going to ask him, do you know that the Integra was the second vehicle that ever received Honda's famed VTEC system? He says he misses his Integra. Of course he misses his Integra. Who wouldn't miss having such a fun car? I do have a newer version of your car, buddy. I have a 2009 Honda Civic Si. It's a two-door coupe in orange pearl. So it's completely stock, believe it or not. 197 horsepower, but lots of fun. He had VTEC. Of course he did. So very cool. He had a GSR. Those are really nice. Was yours green by chance? What color was your GSR? Oh, he's got a 16 Civic now. Does your 10th gen Civic, does it have the 2-liter naturally aspirated, or does it have the 1.5 turbo? It was green. See, I had a good memory. He told me that story about 10 years ago. He's got the 1.5 turbo. All right, so Graham, there is something out there for your 1.5 turbo. If you want a little bit more pep in your step, go to hondata.com. That is hondata.com. It's $695. You will gain about 50 wheel torque and about 35 more horsepower, and you'll have a lot more fun in your Civic Turbo. All right, so he told me once about a story with his green fancy. He's funny. He told me a story once about his green Civic, or not Civic, his GSR. I believe the mishap took place in a parking lot, right? Isn't that where your Integra had a moment? Was in a parking lot? Correct me if I'm wrong. At NCF. Uh-oh. So he had a little trouble at NCF. Anyways, he had a nice Integra. He had a moment with his Integra, and it had at the North County Fair Mall. So NCF stands for North County Fair Mall. So pretty cool stuff that he's had an Integra and he's on board. Says he was drifting and lost control and went over a curb. That's not fun. That's not fun. Oh, hey, Rithium. Thank you for joining us tonight. How are you guys doing? So, oh, that car got stolen. Dang. Oh, man, so sorry. Cookie Kappa? Hey, Cookie Kappa. I may be saying that wrong. My bad. But how are you guys doing tonight? So when you had your car stolen there, Graham, was there full coverage insurance? Did they at least give you your money back, or was that just a loss? Right, everybody's doing great. That's cool. Everybody's excited. All right, so I'm going to play this video for us one more time just because it's a lot of fun until we get the actual video. Woo, that sound. Yes. Oh, that's so much fun. Oh, he had liability. No fun. That's when I bought my Focus. Yes, of course it's going to be a manual. Do you know how mad the Honda community would be if this thing didn't come out with a manual? Until everything goes EV, if you're going to sell an Integra, it has to offer a manual. It would be sacrilegious if it did not come with a manual, in my opinion. Anyways, but I do like driving my modern version of an Integra. Like I said, I own a '09 Honda Civic Si in orange pearl. I've gotten to take it out on a track day. My son actually got to go with me, which was awesome. A buddy of mine got to go as well. He has an '08 Civic Si sedan. His has got a Frankenstein motor. So for those that don't know what a Frankenstein motor is, my engine has something called a K20. That is the designation, the K, and then the 20 is the 2.0 liter engine. So mine made 197 horsepower stock, which is what mine still has. But my buddy, he did a K24, meaning he took the bottom end of a bigger engine and he has the top portion of the K20. He put all those fun parts together, and now with just bolt-ons, he's putting down 220 horsepower and 186 foot-pounds of torque to the wheels on a DynoJet dyno. So trust me, his is a lot faster than mine and a whole lot of fun. So him and I went to go do a track day together, and my son got to take some pictures, and he got to go to his first one as well. And it was a lot of fun. I cannot wait to do more track days next year. And I want to go to High Plains Raceway, which is going to be up near Denver, where we went for our track day. You guys can check out the video on my channel. Was at PPIR, which is Pikes Peak International Raceway. So it's a real fun little race that they had set up there. It was sponsored by SCCA. It was a really good time. Can't wait to go again next year. All right, so let's see what people are saying here. Graham says he'd be pissed if it was auto only. Me too, Graham. Me too. All right. Manual is very fun. Yes, Rithium, manual is very fun. As long as you know how to shift, man, you're going to have a good time. All right. Cookie Papa. I don't know if I'm saying it right, but manual, yes. Yes, absolutely. Manual is required for fun. All right, let's go ahead and refresh their page here and see anything that's popped up yet. Still this fun video. The only thing I can tell you that I noticed on that last shift, so everyone was following the gears, right? So it didn't seem like it stayed in gear that long on the new Integra, which means it's probably not going to rev as high. I don't expect this to rev to 8,000 RPM. I would be pleasantly surprised if I was wrong. I also do not expect this to be a naturally aspirated engine. So if it's a turbo, that's going to probably be what I'm expecting. I'm thinking the 1.5 turbo, the same that's in Graham's 10th gen Civic, with a little bit more horsepower. So the current Civic Si went down in horsepower. So for 2022, the Civic Si went from 205 horsepower down to 200. And I believe the reason why they did that is to make room for the horsepower jump that they're going to give this one. So when the RSX Type S was being sold at the same time as the 8th gen Honda Civic Si, which is the one that I own, they had to say that the Civic Si made only 197 horsepower. Meanwhile, the RSX Type S, because it was under the Acura nameplate, made 210 horsepower. And that was to just give Acura a little bit more power. I think that's what's going to happen here. So I fully expect this vehicle to make 210, 220 horsepower in the base trim and well over 300 horsepower in the Type S. The Type S, I do believe, is going to be an all-wheel drive, and it probably will only be all-wheel drive. I doubt it'll only be a front-wheel drive for the Type S. And I believe they're going to use some kind of an electrification, meaning they're going to add some electric motors in there. I'm not sure if they're going to power the rear wheels, but I do expect an electric motor to be in there and making more than 300 horsepower. All right, so do they discuss its top speed acceleration? It's a good question. I don't know if they're going to do that. So what happens on these types of reveals is really just dependent on what the manufacturer wants to do. When Toyota did their reveal about a month ago, they spilled the beans on everything with the new Tundra. So when the Civic first came out in spy form, in concept form, I mean, Honda did not release any information. They just said, hey, here's what it looks like. So we might get specifications, or we might just get a look at it, finally seeing what it is. I believe it's going to be offered in two form factors. I believe it's going to be offered in a sedan with a hatchback, and I believe it's going to be a two-door with a hatchback. So I do think they're going to offer both. At least I hope they do offer both. For sure, they're going to at least do the four-door for practicality reasons with the hatch, but I hope they add a sporty two-door variant as well. Nope, that is not released information yet, Rithium. It is not released yet, but hopefully tonight they give us a little sample of something. We got about 6 minutes to go, which is very exciting. All right, so for you guys wondering out there, what am I drinking? This is Spindrift. Let's see, where is it? Spindrift. We got some sparkling water here for me tonight. Cheers. What are you guys drinking tonight? I got sparkling water. Let's do another refresh here, see if anything else has popped up. Ooh, there we go. Very excited. Let's do this. It says Integra prototype. The live reveal is only moments away. Yeah. Let's say something. I can't wait. Ooh. Very exciting stuff. Oh, that's a cool little graphic they got behind there. H2O, Helena's drinking. Lithium, we got air, need liquid. The debut, excitement. Nice rock background, by the way. Oh, thank you. Yeah, my background here. So appreciate that you guys said hello. Helena, ooh, all right. You can see how many people there are in their chat room saying they're so excited for this. You guys can see the dedicated fan base that the Acura line created with the Integra. The reason why the Integra was so sought after, okay, look, they had their Halo car, which was the Acura NSX, and that was what you wanted when you made enough money. But what you could actually afford was the Integra. And the Integra, again, was the second vehicle that ever received the Honda VTEC system. So this made it to where you could still have a lot of fun, but you could actually drive it every day. It had room for your friends and family. It was fuel efficient. It was reliable. It hit the best of all worlds because it was affordable fun, much like my Honda Civic Si that I drive today. Yes, nice graphics, right, Life Force Energy? I agree. That is beautiful. Man, cannot wait to see what this is going to do. Come on, Acura. We all want to see the new Integra. Oh man, 3 minutes left. Give that a thumbs up. Yes, absolutely. Subscribe to Acura's channel. Let's do it. All right, so Graham, since you have the new 1.5 liter 10th gen Civic, if this Integra comes out and it's not that much more expensive than your current one, would you trade your car into this one? All right. So, the history of the Integra. Thank you. All right. So, the history of Integra was, so first of all, let's go with Acura, the history of Acura. So, the Acura nameplate is here in America. If you go to Japan, it's Honda only. Acura exists here, Lexus exists here, Infiniti exists here. That's only for America. And the Integra, when it first came out in the 80s, so it goes all the way back to the 80s. I believe it was 1986. Correct me if I'm wrong, if anybody knows the exact year that it came out, but I want to say it was 1986 was the first year of the Acura Integra. And the Acura Integra in the 90s was the second vehicle ever made with Honda's VTEC system. If you've ever been into a high revving Honda or Acura product, you'll know that the engine will start going, and then all of a sudden it starts screaming. Wah! And that's that VTEC. So it's a different cam profile. I won't get into what cams are and stuff like that and bore you guys, but it's a different profile that allows the vehicle to rev higher and make more power. And this was the second vehicle ever made that actually included that VTEC system. So it is a big deal for those that want affordable vehicles and still get something that's fun, reliable, fuel efficient, fit all your friends and family, and that's what the Acura Integra represented. Graham says eventually, but not in the next couple of years. Got to get my wife a 3-row seating vehicle, trading in her HRV soon. Well, Graham, we're going to have a segment online here. We're going to do some future lives just like this where I help people find their next vehicle. So if you want to go into that next live with us, I'll help do research. So we'll look at things like reliability. We'll look at things like recall history, fuel efficiency, price, and price in your area. So let's say you guys are in California or whatever location you're in. You just let me know a zip code and I'll pull in within 100 miles or 50 miles or whatever your radius that you're willing to drive to get your next vehicle. I'll pull in your area to see what vehicles are available in your price range, and we'll meet all the criteria that you want. Your tow rating that you're going to want, how many seats you're going to want in your vehicle, price range, fuel economy, the whole nine. So yes, here we go. We have music. It's starting.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Vice President and Acura Brand Officer, John Ikeda.
Nice music. Woo!
Hello to everyone here with us in Los Angeles and those joining online. This is a big day for Acura. And as I was preparing for this announcement, I was thinking back to 2015 when we introduced the production NSX and formally returned to our precision-crafted performance DNA. And now, in just a few short years, we've completely rebuilt Acura as the performance division of Honda, going back to our roots. And today, you're going to see the next major piece of that strategy. A new gateway model that will take the Acura brand to an even higher level with the revival of one of the most influential models in our brand history, the Acura Integra. And this all-new model ushers in a new era of performance for a new generation of customers, and I've been waiting to say this for a very long time.
Yes.
The Integra is back. And in keeping,
Woo!
And in keeping with our focus on less stock and more drive, let's get right to it. Here it is,
yes.
The Acura Integra
yes.
prototype.
Woo!
You know, Acura to me just means energy. You know, there's a culture here that is different.
We reign forever, the code is stick together. We mash even though the
nice yellow.
Acura is were their first cars.
Integra was the car that captured my heart and soul. I've never forgotten about that feeling.
The pride of the city, the toast of the town. It's love when I come back, man. The streets is proud.
You feel connected to the car as you're driving it.
It really is timeless.
Integra's where hip-hop culture and Acura culture meet.
Acura, going back to their roots.
It's been over 20 years since that car's been out.
It's coming back.
Real ones never die, real ones multiply. Real ones never die, real ones multiply. Real ones. Never die, real ones multiply. Real ones
nice.
Never die,
all right, so anybody that knows the Integra, the Type R Integra had this kind of yellow, so they're doing a throwback with the paint. Woo, that is sharp looking. I love the yellow on black accents. Nice wheels, nice tint. I like the black painted roof. Yellow calipers. So if you guys look at the brake calipers over here behind the wheel, that's yellow as well. The back looks nice. Looks like it's going to be a hatchback. Nice yellow inside the muffler. The tips where the exhausts are, there's some yellow back there. Wow, that's really cool. That is a nice little touch. I doubt that yellow in the exhaust is going to make it to the factory version. This is for prototype only, probably. Oh, I like that the side mirror is yellow and black. That's a nice little touch. Man, I really like that yellow on black. That's beautiful.
All right.
That's beautiful.
Now, this is an Integra for the next generation. Now, we have a clear understanding of the formula that worked in the past. So it's sleek and sporty like the Integras we all fell in love with.
Good.
But with this new model, we really focus on styling and versatile packaging that will appeal to the next generation of customers. With its striking 5-door design, it's perfect for active lifestyles. And with its dramatically sloping roofline, this new Integra has a coupe-like presence while maintaining the versatility of a liftback. The all-new Integra prototype was crafted with the next iteration of Acura's signature design language, the new frameless diamond pentagon grille. And also included is Acura's unique lighting signature, featured front and rear with 4-element jewel-eye headlights and chicane daytime running lights and brake lights. With its great proportions and stance and dual exhaust finisher, this Integra shows its potential as a true performance 5-door. Now, clearly inspired by previous Integra models, this prototype features distinctive wide single-piece taillights, and just like back in the day, the name Integra is embossed in the front and rear fascias.
Yeah, cool.
The Indy yellow pearl color you see here on this prototype
Like
is
Type
borrowed from the NSX.
Yeah.
But it pays tribute to the Phoenix yellow of the iconic third generation Integra Type R.
That's right.
And it's not just a tribute to the color. This will be the first turbocharged Integra from the factory. And it will deliver on an emotional driving fun of its predecessors with a turbocharged 1.5-liter VTEC engine,
Told you.
an available 6-speed manual transmission,
Called
and
it.
limited slip differential. Integra is developed with enthusiasts like you and mine. We all know the trend towards SUV and crossovers, but this model will flip the script when it arrives at Acura dealers next year, priced around $30,000.
Yeah.
Attracting customers beyond just its competitive segment. Now, I've designed cars for over 25 years, and I know that passion is important for great cars. And I'm confident that the passion our team put into creating this model will make an emotional connection with our customers. And that will make this Integra the gateway to a new era of Acura performance. Now, this is just the beginning.
Yes.
So, thank you to everyone joining us tonight, and we look forward to sharing more information on Integra before its arrival at dealers next year. Thank you to everyone for joining us online.
All right. So that was the reveal, everybody. So let's wrap up what we got on here. So we got to know what it looks like. We know that it's a 4-door sedan. We figured out that it was the 1.5 liter that I suggested earlier. They did not release any power numbers, but they did say price should start at around $30,000. Let me tell you how good that price really is. The Honda Civic Si that this vehicle is going to be based on starts at $28,315. So you're talking that this vehicle is only be $1,700 more, and it's going to be under the Acura nameplate, meaning it's going to come with more luxurious items than what was included inside the Civic Si. Plus, I'm telling you, with the Civic Si making 200 horsepower this year, it lost 5 horsepower. They're going to make this one 210 to 220 horsepower, just so that way the Acura one makes just a little bit more horsepower. So this was a really cool reveal. What do you guys think as far as the pricing? What do you think of the 1.5 liter turbo? What did you guys think of the way it looks, of the design? Life Force Energy says that it was a great price. DeMarcus says liking the hatchback design. Rithium says it looks really modern. So I agree. This does look really modern, definitely. Graham, what did you think? Is this something that you're going to want to get after your wife gets her 3rd row? And again, like I said, Graham, we're going to be doing those live streams where I help people out picking cars up. So if you want to join us on one of those future lives, you want to tell me the parameters of the vehicle that you're looking for, we'll help you find one on there. Graham says he loved it. All right, man. Cool. Sharon says, looks like a good car. Thank you so much, Sharon, for chiming in. Thank you for joining us on our live. Graham says, in a couple years, I can totally see myself trading in. Nice. Awesome. Well, congrats on getting that next generation Acura Integra. I hope they bring the green back. Yes, I also hope they bring the green back. I really hope they also make a two-door variation. Notice he didn't mention any other variations that are coming up, but he said this is the start of something, right? So he didn't talk about the Type S. He didn't talk about super handling all-wheel drive. He didn't talk about a lot of things. So this was just a little bit like a teaser as far as what we got here. Helena says, I really like the design. Me too. Life Force Energy says, I really enjoyed the sleek look. The color is fun and a throwback for me with the color. Absolutely. Definitely a throwback. They're bringing us back to the 90s. Nostalgia is key here. Absolutely. Ram says, yeah, I'd have to go four-door now, but I liked my two-door then. Absolutely. Just having the two-door just gives you a nice affordable coupe. It gives you kind of like a semi-halo car. So instead of it being the NSX that's priced out of what people can afford, when you put a two-door on the lot, they go, look, I may go home with this crossover SUV, but wow, look at that fun two-door sporty car. So it gives them that little sense of that fun sportiness is baked into this SUV. So that's why you want to have a two-door that's on there. But thank you guys so much for showing up to my live. Like I said, I'm going to be doing more lives like this, of course, when new vehicles come out, but I'm also going to be doing ones where I help you guys find out which next cars that you guys are going to want to get. So if you guys give me a budget, like say, hey, I have $10,000 to work with, I want an SUV or I want a sedan, a sporty car, and you tell me the area that you're in, I'm going to be doing lives where I can find out reliability, we can find out crash test results, all those types of things. So this is all the kind of stuff that we're going to be doing going forward. And again, come next spring, I'm going to have something else that's going to be exciting for the channel. And thank you guys so much for joining me. I'm going to go ahead and sign off now. Sharon says, I agree on the two-door would be nice. Thank you. Hannah says, awesome. And Rithium says, this was a great reveal. Well, this was a great reveal. Acura did a really good job. They kept it short. They kept us interested. And thank you guys so much for joining. And I will catch you guys on the next live. Thank you so much for joining us. You guys have a good one. I'm going to sign off now.